Have you ever felt like the world is rushing forward, while you just want 5 more minutes in bed? Your morning begins with an alarm and a familiar voice whispers inside your head, just 5 more minutes. But when you open your eyes again, it's already been an hour. And that same voice, the one that begged you to stay in bed, is now blaming you. You're lazy. You're going to fail this exam. If you've ever been caught in that cycle, you're not alone. So many young people today are tricked by their own thoughts. And that's exactly why I want to share this story with you. A story about how we rise above laziness, how we make peace with procrastination, and how we find a tiny light within when everything feels lost. Let's begin. Every morning, as your alarm goes off and your eyes slowly open to the dim morning light, a familiar whisper echoes in your mind. Just 5 more minutes. It sounds harmless, doesn't it? Just 5 minutes, what difference could it make? But that is the very first lie of the day, because those 5 minutes rarely stay 5. It's your mind's gentle invitation to escape, to delay the hard thing, and then to wake up feeling guilty. Have you ever been there? You close your eyes for just a moment, and suddenly an hour has passed. Instead of starting your day with intention, you begin with regret. And here's the irony, the same mind that asked you to sleep more is the one that blames you right after. You're lazy. You're going to fail this test. Our minds are strange. They know how to seduce and then accuse. But you're not weak, you just haven't noticed that you're being tricked. Here's today's small truth. The mind always chooses what's easy. And if you always do what's easy today, your life will be hard tomorrow. But if you choose what's hard today, you're building a better tomorrow. Next time you hear just 5 more minutes, remember, that voice isn't care, it's procrastination in disguise. And if you rise anyway, you've already won the first battle of your day. Because that's the very first step toward real focus, something we'll dive into in the next part. Have you ever wondered, why does studying, something that's meant to make us better, feel so heavy sometimes? You're not lazy. You're not dumb. You're not falling behind. You're simply battling your natural instinct, the instinct to avoid discomfort. The human brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And studying, it rarely gives you instant rewards. It demands patience, focus, and the ability to sit still when your mind wants to run in every direction. That's why the moment you open your book, your brain screams, just check your phone. One more YouTube video won't hurt. You can study tomorrow, it's fine. A familiar example. You sit down to study a tough subject. You read the same line 3 times and nothing sticks. You get frustrated. You think, maybe I'm just not good at this. So you close the book, feeling defeated. But here's the truth. The truth is, your brain is being asked to grow. And growth is never comfortable. It's like going to the gym, the first workout hurts the most. Not because you're weak, but because your muscles aren't used to it. Studying is the same, it's a workout for your mind. Today's small truth is, studying feels hard, because it is, and that's not a problem. That's a sign of value. If it were easy, everyone would do it, but it's not. And that means you're doing something meaningful. So next time you feel like studying is too hard, remember, that's not a warning sign. That's proof you're on the right path. Now that we understand why studying feels hard, let's discover a powerful tool that helps us win those battles, one small step at a time. If you've ever tried to study only to lose focus after just a few minutes, the problem isn't your willpower, you're simply using the wrong strategy for your brain. Most of us think, I just need to try harder. But the truth is, the brain doesn't like prolonged effort. Our brain works on a simple rule. The closer the reward, the higher the motivation. So when you try to study for 2 hours straight, your brain rebels. That's when you need a simple trick to work with your brain, not against it. And one of the best tools for this is the Pomodoro technique. What is Pomodoro? Study for 25 minutes, rest for 5 minutes, repeat. After 4 rounds, take a longer break of 15 to 20 minutes. Sounds simple, right? But it works wonders. Why? Because you're giving your brain a small, doable commitment, not a giant task. 25 minutes is just enough for deep focus without burning out. 5 minutes off feels like a mini reward, helping your brain breathe and reset. Real life story. One student once said, "I hate literature. Every time I open the book, I feel sleepy." But after using Pomodoro with calm music in the background, she said it started to feel not so bad. 2 hours of studying turned into a series of small victories, 25 minutes at a time. Today's small truth is, you don't need to study for 3 hours straight. You just need to win the first 25 minutes and let the next wins follow. Now that you've learned to break time into small pieces, it's time to break mental overwhelm too, by focusing on just one thing at a time. One of the reasons why studying feels exhausting isn't because the material is too hard. It's because you're trying to learn too many things at once. You open your math textbook, but your biology notes are also there. Next to them, a history timeline and a list of English vocabulary. You glance at everything and sigh. Your mind starts to spin like a computer with 100 tabs open. The truth is, our brains aren't built for multitasking. Every time you switch tasks, your brain has to reload, and that drains your energy and slows your progress. A familiar example. You start with math for 10 minutes, then suddenly remember you haven't reviewed biology. You switch over, but half your mind is still stuck in math. The result? You don't go deep in either subject and you burn out faster. So what's the solution? Focus on one thing at a time. During a 25-minute Pomodoro, do math only. If it's history, focus on one event, not the whole chapter. If it's English, just learn vocabulary, not listening or grammar at the same time. Think of it like this. Focus is like sunlight. Spread out, it just warms. But through a magnifying glass, it can ignite. Today's small truth is, focus isn't about fighting distractions. It's about choosing the one thing you'll do and letting everything else wait. And now that you've learned how to simplify your study time through proper focus, it's time to face that inner voice that says you're already behind and transform it into power. There are days when you look at your study plan and realize you've fallen far behind. You wonder, is it too late to start now? You see your friends finishing chapters while you're still stuck on the first page. And slowly this heavy thought creeps in, I'm too late. I've messed up. But wait, let me tell you something small yet powerful. That feeling of being too late is a trap. It doesn't come from truth, it comes from comparison. You're looking at others or at your past self and forgetting this. You don't have to win the race. You just have to move forward from where you are. A real life story. A student once skipped most of the semester and only had 3 weeks left before finals. She didn't try to cram everything. She sat down, wrote out small topics, and tackled them one by one. Her result? Not the highest grade, but a deep peace of mind, knowing she didn't give up. Today's small truth is, starting late is still better than not starting. You don't need perfection, you just need honesty with yourself today. Try writing one sentence. I begin again from exactly where I am. No judgment, no shame, and you'll feel a little lighter, a little freer. And once you learn to forgive yourself for being late, the next thing you need isn't more motivation. It's the strength to keep going even when you fall. Have you ever been here? You set up a study plan, everything's clear. Day 1 you do great. Day 2 you manage. By day 3 you miss it. And then you think, forget it, I failed again. That feeling, it's real, it's familiar. But it's also the turning point that decides whether you continue or give up. The truth is, falling doesn't make you a failure. Only giving up does. Think of studying like climbing a mountain. There will be slips, exhaustion, and days you want to turn back. But if every time you fall, you get up and keep climbing, then you're still moving toward the summit. Real life story. One student failed math 3 times in a row. He almost gave up on college dreams. But instead of quitting, he changed his approach. He found a study buddy, broke goals into smaller steps, and reviewed every mistake. And on the 4th try, he passed. Today's small truth is, you don't need to succeed on your first try. You just need to not give up on your last. No one climbs a mountain in a single leap. We reach the top with small, steady steps, even the ones we take after falling. And once you've learned how to rise again after every fall, the final step is the most important of all, remembering that your life still has meaning, even when you can't see it yet. There are moments when you look in the mirror and wonder, am I even doing anything that matters? You feel lost in unfinished goals, forgotten lessons, and plans that never seem to happen. You feel like you're not smart enough, not fast enough, not important enough. But here's something you need to know. Your worth isn't measured by grades. It's not about how many tasks you complete. It's not about how much you look like someone else. Your value lies in the fact that you're still trying, even when you're tired. You still get out of bed, even when it's hard. You still choose to keep going, even when no one sees your effort. A quiet story. A student once said, "Every time I failed an exam, I felt useless. But one day, my little sister asked me for help with her homework, and I could actually help." That moment made him realize, I still have value, even when I'm struggling with myself. Today's small truth is, you don't have to be okay to be valuable. As long as you can breathe, feel, care, you are still worthy of love, trust, and a meaningful life. And if you've made it this far, take a moment to look back at all you've just walked through. You are not the same person you were. You've started to shift, and that is something truly beautiful. You've just walked with me through 7 steps. Small steps, but powerful ones. Steps that helped you understand yourself a little better, and reminded you that it's okay to keep going, even when you feel like giving up. If there's one thing you take from this video, let it be this: you are not alone. The tiredness, the procrastination, the feeling of not enough, you're not the only one. But you are doing something extraordinary. You're choosing not to quit. Whether it's those first 5 minutes of getting out of bed, an hour of true focus, or simply whispering to yourself, "I'll try again," they all count as victories. If something in this video resonated with you, drop a comment, even just an emoji, or share one sentence about what you're trying to overcome. Who knows, your words today might be someone else's hope tomorrow. And if you found this video meaningful, don't hesitate to hit like and subscribe. Let's build a small space together, where young souls are seen, heard, and healed.